Green flag is in the air. We're underway. 30 laps the distance here tonight for the USAC Southwest Series Sprint Cars. It will be Brody Rowe and Charles Davis Jr. battling for that top spot into turn number 3. Davis up top, Brody Rowe down low. Your points leader trying to take over the top spot, lead lap number 1. It will be Davis, so your defending USAC Southwest champion, leading the opening lap here tonight. Davis trying to turn his luck around here this season, has not been, the Lady Luck has not been on Charles Davis Jr.'s side so far this year. Looking for that first win of 2019. He'll lead the field for lap 2. They got R.J. Johnson in the 3rd spot after starting this race in the 5th position. Right now he's going side by side up to the tail, taking the 91R, Brody Rowe. Rowe, though, hangs on to that 2nd spot with R.J. Johnson in 3rd. Now Johnson going to throw the slide job at Rowe. Can he complete as Rowe fights back on the inside? Rowe with the crossover after the slider from RJ. RJ going to do it one more time. Actually stays on the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to drag race with Rowe for a brief moment. He'll take over that 2nd spot. RJ Johnson now rips the lip along with Rowe in that 3rd spot. 4th, Stevie Sussex. Matt Rossi rounds out your top 5. Those 4 drivers trying to chase down the number 50 of Charles Davis Jr., who's out front on the top side of the racetrack. Big wiggle from Davis that time. Here comes Johnson now is inside. R.J. Johnson, the inside, takes the race lead, but here comes Davis with the crossover. Slide job city here tonight. Charles Davis Jr., R.J. Johnson, your last 6 USAC Southwest Series champions right there in the picture with your current points leader, Brody Rowe in 3rd. Johnson will take over the race lead as Rowe trying to sneak by the number 50 machine of Davis as they race off at turn number 4. Rowe couldn't quite get cleared of the 50 as Davis pulls away from Rowe. Now Rowe having to fight off the hard charge of Stevie Sussex. Top 5 drivers going to work the bottom side of the racetrack along with Matt Lundy in that 6th spot. Logan Seavey up to 7th, starting to rip the top side as everybody now ripping the lip through turns 3 and 4, led by Johnson, Davis, Rowe, and Sussex. Sussex mounted a charge at the 91R. Brody Rowe that last lap didn't have anything for him as they come off of turn number 2. Rowe has about a 2-car length advantage over that number 12 machine of Stevie Sussex, your most recent winner in the USAC Southwest Sprint Car Series at Central Arizona Speedway just a few weeks ago. Right now, he's hanging on to that 4th spot with the real American Matt Rossi in 5th as Rowe goes to the top side in 1 and 2. That's going to allow Stevie Sussex to pull up to his inside. They go side by side for that 3rd spot into turn number 3. Into turn number 3 they go. Sussex can't complete the pass. Chris Bono makes his way to the pits. His night is done. R.J. Johnson still the man out front here with 9 laps down, 21 to go, getting ready to catch up to the tail tank of the 0-star machine of Jonas Reynolds. And he will get by him on the front straightaway into turn number 1. Put Reynolds 1 lap down, 10 laps in tonight's 30-lap main event. As R.J. Johnson started this race back in 5th. He is your race leader, has about a half straightaway advantage over Charles Davis. Then they're side by side for 3rd once again. Rowe up top, Stevie Sussex down low. Sussex still got to go up to the top side of the racetrack to avoid being involved in a pick maneuver with that slow car of Jonas Reynolds. As R.J. Johnson out front stalking another lap car, getting ready to put Michael Curtis 1 lap down the 11C as they work off of turn number 4. Curtis and Johnson following the tire tracks of that 11C. Now he's going to go down the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll sneak back by Curtis, put him 1 lap down. Davis still in that 2nd spot, followed by Rowe in 3rd. 4th, Stevie Sussex. 5th, Matt Rossi. 6th is Matt Lundy. 7th, Logan Seavey. 8th is the Magic Man, Mike Martin. Last car on the lead lap. As Chris Bono is in the pits. He's out of the race. Running 8th on the racetrack is Michael Curtis. 9th is Jonas Reynolds. Jake Swanson, heat race winner earlier on, not making the call for the main event, broke after winning that heat race. As R.J. Johnson leads the field off of turn number 2, has about a half a straightaway advantage over Charles Davis Jr. Brody Rowe in the 3rd spot, still with a lap car, Michael Curtis in between himself and 4th place running Stevie Sussex. Sussex going to be the next car to get by the 11C of Curtis. Going to go to the inside in turn number 1. He'll sneak past the 11C of Curtis. Matt Rossi trying to follow suit. Couldn't quite get it done off of turn number 2. Going to grill in that tail thing of 11C now down the back straightaway, down to the inside in turn number 3. Matt Rossi finally clears the 11C. So top 5 drivers get strung out single file. Matt Lundy in the 6th spot, holding steady right now in that 6th position, has about a 4-car length advantage over Logan Seavey. That's the closest battle on the racetrack as they come off of turn number 4. Lundy and Seavey go into turn number 1. just past the halfway point. 13 laps left in tonight's main event. As Matt Lundy gets slowed up a little bit by the 11C of Michael Curtis. Let's see if Logan Seavey can capitalize on it and race his way up to that 6th position as they work into turn number 1. Michael Curtis going to give the 2 drivers on the lead lap the inside line, so Matt Lundy will make quick work of Curtis. Logan Seavey breaks off at turn number 2. Car very slow in the 19S. Tough break for the Reinbold Underwood Racing entry. He has broken off a turn number 2. He takes his car down into the infield. His night is done as R.J. Johnson continues to show the way off a turn at number 4. Just put Jonas Reynolds 2 laps down as Charles Davis Jr., Brody Roa, Stevie Sussex run second, third, and fourth on the track. Matt Rossi in 5th. As they come to the stripe, it will be 9 laps to go for R.J. Johnson, trying to pick up his first main event win on the 2019 campaign for the USAC Southwest Series Sprint Cars. It's this last offseason. R.J. Johnson lost the man who made it possible, and Bobby Martin decided to start old Johnson Racing, I guess you can call it, this year. Right now, he is the man out front. Continue to show the way as the laps wind down, just 7 laps to go. Brody Roa starting to reel in the 50 machine of Charles Davis Jr. as they work into turn number 1. They run second and third on the racetrack as Davis and Roa will come off at turn number 2. About 4 car lengths separate. Now Davis puts a little gap between himself and Roa. They both go the top side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4, ripping that lip off of turn number 4. Davis with about 2 car lengths the advantage over the 91R of Roa. Now Roa going to drop the nose down low, try to pull up right to the inside of Davis. Davis, strong run once again off of turn number 2. He hangs on to that second spot, pulls away from the 91R of Roa. Roa, though, very fast through turns 3 and 4. Let's see if he can close the gap once again as they race off of 4. This time, Davis maintains that gap that he had over the 91R of Roa, but Roa very good entering turn at number 1 the last couple of times, just can't quite exit off of turn number 2 to his liking. That allows Davis to pull away once again. As Mike Martin trying to put the pressure on Matt Lundy for that 6th spot. Those 2 drivers are just ahead of your race leader with 4 laps to go. Mike Martin going to drop down the inside of Lundy, move him up to 6th. So the Magic Man moves up into that 6th spot. Lundy back to 7th. 3 laps to go. 1 car up and over. Red flag will fly. Turn number 2. The Real American Matt Rossi brings out the red flag. And turn number 3. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway as R.J. Johnson leads the field into turn number 1. He'll lead him into turn number 1 as Davis shoots up to the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Roa, though, down his inside. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway. Brody Roa trying to take over that 2nd spot. He'll do it into turn number 3. Stevie Sussex, Mike Martin down the inside trying to make this a 4-car battle as R.J. Johnson shows the way with just 3 laps to go. Sussex moves into that 3rd spot ahead of Davis. Here comes Davis, though, fighting right back to the inside of the number 12 machine. Roa in that 2nd spot. Davis with a hard charge on Stevie Sussex. Those 2 almost make contact as Davis now has his sights on the 91R of Roa. Off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go for R.J. Johnson. And here comes Stevie Sussex down to the inside of Brody Roa, trying to mount a charge for that 3rd spot. Martin now down the inside of Davis for 4th. They battle side by side for that 4th spot as the white flag flies this time for R.J. Johnson. He will lead the field into turn number 1. He'll dive right down to the bottom side on turn 1 and 2 off of turn number 2 with about a 4-car length advantage over Brody Roa. Then 3 cars battling out for that 3rd spot. On the top side, off of turn number 4, R.J. Johnson back in victory lane for the USAC Southwest Series. R.J. Johnson climbs out of the race car, back in victory lane. Here, the USAC Southwest Sprint Car Series. We're just getting the hardware that comes with winning. Dad down here, of course, Hall of Famer. R.J. Johnson as well becoming an Arizona Motorsports Hall of Famer, but we have a long way to go before we get to that. But R.J. back in victory lane, first time in 2019 here for the USAC Southwest Series. I know this one's got to feel good.
Man, it feels great. Seem to have had a monkey on my back all the start of the year here, so feels good. You know, I just can't thank everybody enough. They had this thing rolling good tonight there. Tried to give it away there on the restart. Kind of had a little hiccup there, but I can't thank everyone right here enough. They've done an awesome job, from everybody working on it to all our great sponsors and partners. We couldn't do it without any of you.
Mac here in Victory Lane, this year, kind of doing this thing yourself, I mean, you lost your car owner, a great friend of yours back in the off season, and I know this win, it's got to be something for him as well.
Yeah, we lost our great friend and car owner, Bobby. He was with me from day one. We miss him. He was the heart and soul of this team, and when we were down, he was the one that tried to pick us up. So, he's a man. This is all still his equipment. So, he may not be here, but he's still helping in other ways.
Yeah, definitely helping out. I know you got some sponsors you want to thank. First time out in Victory Lane here in 2019.
Yeah, I need to thank BG Chemicals, Gestalt Productions, Pecan Builders, Martin Auto Museum, Amy Electrical, Bell Helmets, just everybody on the side of this thing, and then I got to thank my dad, Michelle, Greg, Pat, Erica, Becky Fly, just everybody. It's a team effort, like I said, we lost Bobby, and we've all had to pitch in to make this happen, and this probably means more than most because it happened.
That's right, it happened here tonight, June 1st for R.J. Johnson. Here's your USAC Southwest Series main event winner here at Arizona Speedway.